Hey team, welcome back. Noah Faraday here again. Once again, we are going to be exploring another abandoned location today. The furniture that has been left by the owners are still intact. The kitchen, the living room, the hallways, the bedroom, everything you name it is just a sight to behold. I cannot wait to tag you guys along on this urban exploration today. Anyways, without further ado, let's go explore this place, see what is inside together, and find out why and how possibly these homeowners left this place to rot. All right, team, let's see what we're working with here. So the exterior of the building looks pretty intact for what it is. I mean, it looks pretty clean. I mean, there is some minimum wear on the exterior here, but nothing crazy. It is obviously a rainy day, a very beautiful rainy day, in fact. There's no broken windows, luckily. Usually, urban explorers tend to vandalize as much as they can when it comes to places like this. There is a bay window that looks pretty gorgeous. I mean, you can see a little bit from the inside, maybe through my GoPro lens, but the foundation looks pretty clean. I mean, the stone here looks pretty crisp, huh? Really, really crisp. No spray paint in sight. I mean, the gutters, of course, are pretty invaded by foliage here, dead foliage. The lawn here is pretty tame. Usually for abandoned places, they are severely overgrown. I mean, let's check the patio here. I do like being in here because it is sheltering me from the rain. Tiny balls for the kids. Looks like there might be, oh, like a football too. So maybe they had children here. Yep, some laundry. A laundry basket full of very, very dirty laundry. Looks like there's a to-go container over here, and a large bottle of Tito's inside a recycling bin. But I cannot wait to show you guys the inside here. I'm pretty sure we can open up this door. Oh yeah. I mean, let's start in the kitchen, I guess. Yeah, this place smells pretty abandoned. We forgot to look at that tract over there, but I guess we'll talk about that later. So this is the kitchen. We've arrived at the kitchen. Anybody in here? I'm just here to take pictures. If you're here, come out now. I think we should be fine. All right, we got an oven built into the wall here. Looks rather clean. Cabinets, okay. I mean, the color here is interesting. The design of this kitchen's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't really like the color combo, to be honest. The red contrasts the green pretty severely, and I don't know, I think this kitchen kind of looks ugly. I mean, granted, the space looks gorgeous, but the color preference here, the color choices that the owner decided on, I'm not really convinced. I do like the kitchen walls here, the tiles and the design, the bananas, the carrots, the radishes. It does look like some urban explorers have painted this kitchen with the blender, the plates, saucepan, toaster oven. I think that must have been urbexers that have placed these here purposefully. Let's see here. So it looks like there was something missing here. I think this must have been the fridge, right? Why did they get rid of the fridge? But here's some evidence right here. There is a good amount of moving boxes, and one of them has an abundance of glassware. So my assumption, what I believe in, is that these people moved out and they just left the things that they didn't need here. We got a random chair. I don't remember that being here last time. I did come here a week ago. This is my like third time visiting this location. I believe that chair was in the living room, but I'm gonna get to the living room in a moment. The living room is the best part of this abandoned house, but let's just start here first. I wanna start here. Washing dishes here would be pretty nice. This view is not bad. So it looks like we got a first communion in 2001. So it looks like they were pretty religious. Looks like their kids must have had their first communion in 2001. Wow. So they must have been around maybe 10 years old during their first communion. I mean, I could absolutely be wrong. I don't know them. But their kids must have been born maybe in the early 90s, huh? Or maybe they had an only child, who knows? Joshua, I mean, there might be some evidence there. Granted that the hints are right there in the patio that we just came from. The football, the basketballs, whatever. They must have had a son, huh? Blue Army Pledge. All right, so we got an island here, which is pretty fascinating. I do like islands like this when it comes to kitchens. I don't know, it gives the kitchen a little bit of style. You can put some like alcohol right here, have a little bar, you know? All right, so let's move on to the next room. So this is, of course, the bathroom. No graffiti in the mirrors, which is pretty refreshing to see. And hello. We got one sink here, which is pretty interesting. I mean, you would think that they would have two, considering the space right here, but the bathroom is intact. The toilet is intact. So this is a in-ground bathtub, shower. Looks like that's where they put their soap in. There is a mural that is pretty fascinating to me. And it has a little bit of a lighthouse here, a village, a son with a face that does not look amused at all. A lobster. A man sleeping on a boat. I did not notice that last time. Looks like he got a fish on a hook. Or he hooked a fish, I mean. All right, we'll get to the living room in a second. Okay, this table was not here last time, I believe, but I could be wrong. So this must have been one of the kids' rooms, maybe? Not too sure. Of course, I can only really give assumptions. But granted, everything's still kind of intact. What I don't like about this room is the color of the carpet. I don't know if the color was a darker green before and then it changed over time because of how old this house is, or the screen is kind of ugly, this yellow green. I'm not gonna lie. What do you guys think? I should just rate every single room in this house. We got a random lamp that is just hung up on the wall like this. The bed, the sheets are completely stained. I mean, not too bad compared to the other sheets that I've seen in abandoned places, but animals must have came in here maybe. So there's a nightstand right here. Let's see if there's anything inside. No. I do want to kneel down, but I don't want to have my skin touching the carpet, to be honest. I've done that enough of Ouija boards when it comes to abandoned houses, and it smells like crap in here. What's in here? Okay, a lot of VHSs. I remember this. Mr. Tibbs. We got Double Dragon. Okay. I remember my first VHS tape was Spider-Man 1. No, wait, it was either Spider-Man 1 or Land Before Time. The Twilight Zone. Okay. in one of those VHS cases. I remember these. These are OG. I used to have like Bob the Builder VHS cases like this. Not like plain like that though, but. Well, the closets are over here, of course. We got a bunch of hangers. What the heck is this? Air purifier bag. Okay. Oh, that's good. At least this house might be safe from mold. This abandoned house was future-proof. Okay, good to know. Protecting this house from mold, I see. Okay, I do want to get into the living room, but hold on. Let's just go around it for a second. There is a mattress here, of course. I mean, pretty obvious. Got an extra spare battery there. Duracell. A second bathroom. This one's pink. Still intact. I mean, the bathroom is pretty small, pretty quaint for what it is. Looks like there's broken handles for the toilet paper, maybe. Yeah, right here. So this must have been maybe the replacement, but it broke. I don't know, because there's two handles right there, and there's only one missing. So weird spot for a handle, no? We got a straw hat here. What the hell is this? Okay, so this is one of the rooms. Maybe they had two kids. I don't know. But this room is rather empty. I mean, it does have some blue curtains here, or what, drapes? What the fuck are these called? Someone remind me in the comments. Forget what these things are called. Curtains would be long, and drapes would be long, right? Drapes would be really long. What are these? I can't think of them right now. But there is a stain on the bed. I mean, this could be rats, possibly. The carpet's still here, but it is pretty stained too. And another one of these lamps. Design's pretty interesting here of the lamps above the beds like this. Huh. Of course, there's a closet. And this is one of the rooms right here. Who knows? This must have been the parents' room, I believe. I could be wrong though. There's always some birthday stuff when it comes to abandoned places. It's either Christmas stuff left behind, or birthday stuff, or Easter stuff. There's either one of the holidays is just stuck in time when it comes to abandoned places. I've seen a bunch of places that have left Easter stuff behind, like Easter eggs and Easter party trinket stuff. This one looks like it has birthday stuff that is left behind. So maybe they moved out after their birthday? I don't know. Usually the dominant holiday that I see when it comes to urbexing is Christmas. I see a lot of Christmas stuff usually when it comes to exploring abandoned locations. But so this is obviously decorated by some urbex explorers. We got what are these called again? These are for like the shoes, right? For the heels, trying to fit your shoes in there, trying to fit your feet in your shoes. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. We got a dartboard here. Okay. Got an old clock. I love those kind of style of clocks, to be honest. We got some lamps. I'm not gonna sift through this. Yeah. I don't know, it's just kind of disgusting, to be honest. And I'm still sifting through it anyways. We got an old Sharp brand TV. OG. You could probably plug in a joystick on this and play some old Spider-Man games. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got a little statue as a base for this lamp, and some used candles that I'm not too sure whether it's urbexers or the people that own this house, but these candles are used. Thermostat. And what I did not notice before is that there is a bunch of shelves up here. Not shelves, cupboards, whatever. I don't know, maybe for some extra clothing or, yeah, it looks like definitely for some extra clothing, I believe. Closet. This is the patio. We got a bunch of sticks, so maybe they've been cutting down the trees around here before they moved away, if they moved away. A ton of trash bins, huge pile of clutter. We got a fan. So we got the entrance to the basement there, some lawn chairs, some extra debris, some kind of kennel, maybe for a cat, maybe? Some sort of pet. Maybe for a tiny dog, if that's even a kennel for a pet. Can't really tell what that is no more. Let's move on from this. Let's go to the living room. Or the dining room first, actually. So we got a few things here. We got some jars, plastic jars, a headlamp, a shade or whatever, lampshade, mug, couple mugs. We got Fall Line 1966, okay. I remember sifting through this last time. Fall is coming up. Right now it is mid-August. So this is a reminder to me to get prepared for the cold seasons. I am not ready for it. The dining room, nothing really to see in the dining room area. Okay, the chair is still intact here. So that random chair in the kitchen was there last time I was here, in the same spot, the same position. There is a bird's nest above this speaker? Intercom thing? But this is the living room. I mean, rather scenic, huh? The outside, the big window. I'm surprised the rain isn't hitting the bay window here. I guess the rain stopped. I was hoping that the rain will kind of come down harder when we reach the living room, but looks like it was only coming down hard when we're outside, and once we enter inside is when it stops, of course. But there is a little bit of a chair rest here, a lamp, big old fireplace. You can see some residue from the fire up above here. And there are still logs in here. And very old American flag, very dusty. Discarded remains sucks. Why would you write that on this? So we got a piano here. I believe this works, if I remember right. Yes. Let's go! Woo! A lot of bird poop, look at that. So birds have been living in here. That's a perfect spot for birds to settle and have kids. So that bird poop over here on top of this piano must have been from the birds that were residing on top of that speaker. And it looks like there's another one up here. Yeah, so they did have a cat, okay. They did have a pet, so it looks like that kennel must have been accurate. So we got a little monster truck over here, I forgot to mention. Carnivore, ooh. And looks like this doesn't look like it relates, this controller, doesn't look like it relates to this monster truck right here. Of course, I failed to mention the rundown sofa over here, seen better days. And there is a nice little plaque. We got a cute little sombrero that's holding nothing inside. Controller. So they must have had a TV that they took away with them on their move. So maybe the TV was right here. TV must have been right here. Yeah, there's even a plug that goes up from the ceiling. An outlet maybe, yeah. So they must have had a TV mount. Yep, you can see the evidence. All right, let's go down to the basement. There is probably gonna be a lot of spiders down here, like usual. All right, let's see. My favorite. Now, the basement here is pretty large. The upper levels are pretty, or upper level, looks rather small, but the basement's pretty ginormous, pretty extensive. Another fireplace. Bunch of envelopes. Looks like we got a smoke detector. Some matches. Some random things on the shelf, huh? A VHS reminder. We're not gonna like go in depth with this basement, to be honest, because there's a bunch of clutter around here. But let's just go through the through what I see so far. So we got a little desk right here. So the father maybe has been putting in some paperwork over here and working on something potentially. I have no idea. We got a pretty rather large shelf behind us. Oh wow. Yeah. There's a whole ass PC on the ground, whole ass computer, and a lot of circuitry. Wow. Yep. We got a lot of chips everywhere. Okay, so we got like a second kitchen here. It looks like the light fell at some point, maybe due to water damage, I have no idea. A second bathroom, which is rather disgusting if I remember right. A ton of mason jars just hanging around. Debris in the center of the basement. More debris, wooden debris this time. Spectacular. Did I hear something? Must have been my shoes. Anyways, we got some vases. This one's pretty gorgeous. Little bit of an ocean vibe, I guess. Workshop. Some carpentry, probably. Carpentry. Can't frickin' speak English. Huh. An old fan. Look at that. Wow. Jesus. A bunch of storage things over there. A lot of chemicals, cleaners. A lot of wood. I mean, to be fair, the patio did have a ton of tree trunks on the ground, so this guy must have been a carpenter. All right, so we just returned to the patio thing right here. This is pretty cool. A tractor just chilling right here. Wow, so rusted. Wonder how long this has been here for. I wonder how long this property has been left stuck in time like this. Now we're facing the exterior again. The rain has stopped, luckily for now. Although, like I said, I would thoroughly be satisfied if I was in the living room recording while the rain was pitter-pattering on the big window here, but I mean, you can't win them all, right? There's also a shed right there that we're gonna explore in a second. I just wanna take this all in real quick. You can see the chimney up there. There is something over here that I wanna take a gander at. I mean, doesn't look like much, but I mean, considering the ground here, this could be where he cut the trees before it went abandoned, before the owner left this place behind. This could have been exactly where those tree trunks in the patio could have gone. I mean, take a look at this. Actually, now that I'm seeing this right here, you can tell that he was cutting down the trees. Freshly cut right there. This man has been putting in some work. I wonder where he is now. Huh. Okay, so what's this? This must have been some kind of like chill out spot, maybe? Maybe had a little tarp above us right here. Maybe he didn't finish this spot right here. Maybe he was about to finish and then they had to pack up and leave. We don't know. But there is some sort of foundation here. Maybe he was trying to build another, I don't know, maybe a garage here potentially. Another shed. We are gonna reach the shed in a moment, like I said. What the hell? Huh. This is where he, I need you guys' help. Is this like where they keep bees? I could be absolutely wrong, call me ignorant. I wanna know. Wonder what this crate is used for. Huh. I could be absolutely wrong. We're walking around here, we're gonna reach the patio to our left, but we're not gonna take that route. We're gonna take the route to the right here. We got a wheelbarrow, a plastic wheelbarrow barrel at that. A garage, so this must have been where they parked their cars, huh? So what's in here? Yeah, they had definitely had a kid. They had a child. Why is there a conch on the ground? And there is more hubcaps. There was one on the fireplace and now in the garage. I mean, the evidence here is pretty consistent. Grease relief, huh? I mean, nothing really too much here, just the basic garage items here, yeah. Oh wow, the interior is completely exposed. Looks like in a couple of years, maybe the trees will protrude through the garage and nature will reclaim this shed. Who knows? It looks like it's already starting. This damage must have been recent, from a recent storm maybe? I could be wrong though. All right, so it looks like that wraps up the abandoned house exploration, huh? All right guys, what do you think? Not a bad house, right? I wonder how long this place is gonna be sitting here for. I still wonder when this spot got abandoned. Maybe someday we'll know. I'm gonna keep coming back here anyways, because I eventually wanna do a ghost hunt here, see if there's anything here. Possibly at night. I mean, this is a pretty safe location to park in a driveway and just investigate the spot. Why not? All right, team. I love you all. I'll see you all next time. Leave a like, subscribe if you can, if you haven't already. Take care.